We were just talking about this, the return of live sports to the Triad. It's something many of us haven't seen in more than a year since spectators have not been allowed to attend live baseball games. But now that Governor Roy Cooper has started to loosen up restrictions and larger numbers of people can get together outdoor at social gatherings, many fans are going to be returning to baseball stadiums this week. Now, even though those restrictions may be easing, it doesn't mean that some people won't have concerns about being around a large number of fans. So Blanca Cobb is joining us today to talk about ways to be comfortable around crowds. So Blanca, let's start with the concerns. What might people be worried about?
Well, attending games isn't like it was pre-pandemic where people get rowdy and you get rowdy with them and you can be yelling with them and high fives and chest bumps or however it is you're celebrating, right? Even yelling at the opponents. Well, now that we know that this virus is airborne, people are going to be much more cautious and they're going to bring in that enthusiasm, and that can be very difficult with large people around.
Yeah, and a large number of people, it automatically makes it a little bit harder to keep your distance. So what do we need to think about when it comes to social distancing?
Well, even though there is social distancing, there has been one way of life for the past year or so, with not only with staying away from people, but wearing masks and constantly sanitizing. So it's not very easy for some people to just drop all that they've been accustomed to and gotten used to for the past year just to be around crowds. So even though there might be a lot of enthusiasm, some of it might be tapered.
And how can we be more comfortable with being in crowds as we transition into this post-COVID life?
That is a great question, and it all boils down to you being proactive. And so what that means is you need to decide when you're comfortable, when you're not, and then what you're going to do about it. Don't wait for the other person to move out of your way or cover their mouth or whatever the situation is. You need to figure out what's going to make you comfortable and respond accordingly. And then also realize this, start off with smaller numbers when you're out in public, in crowds. And then as you're more comfortable, then you can build up and add larger numbers of people.
Yeah, also, and it's okay to change your mind too, right? Like if you commit to plans and you go and you feel uncomfortable, give yourself some grace, give the people with you some grace, and you can always go home.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's right. That's where patience comes in, right, Maddie?
That's right. We're all going to navigate this together. Blanca, thank you so much for joining us today. The 4 to 5 is coming right back, but we will remain live on Facebook and we'd love to see you there.